Hello, so I'm here with Krista to talk about her because they are giving her some big upgrades, and I don't even think she needs them because I still use Krista a lot on this account. And but yeah, let's go read the update here because she has an update coming. Alright, so here's what it says. A new hero adventure is just around the corner. Along with the debut of a brand new hero, one of Dominion's veterans is getting an upgrade. Fan favorite Ice Mage Krista is about to become more powerful and even a bit more independent from her twin brother. A lot of times I use her just by herself because she is probably the best Ishmael tank. I talked about this recently in my Chaba video about Chaba being a quote fair tank. Like I said, I feel like Krista honestly performs that role better. She's kind of like a go-to anti-Ishmael tank. But yeah, on September 12th, Krista will receive a boost, a meaningful update to her existing skills, plus brand new Ascension skills. So, new Ascension skills, generous marks of water. Allied heroes heal for 50% of the magic damage they deal whenever they strike enemies affected by marks of water. So this will allow Krista to also be a decent healer, in addition to being a tank. Like I said, she's already been able to main tank for a long time. Now she'll be able to have some healing abilities. Absolutely ridiculous. And then volatile crystallization. It says Ascension rank 4. Ascension rank 4. Interesting. I'll have to look here. But when Ice Block ends, it bursts, damaging all nearby enemies. That one's not that great. This is the big one right here. It's Ascension rank 2. Doing some damage with her Ice Block, whatever. She doesn't have a lot of penetration, so it probably won't do a lot of damage. But it might let her heal some because of the healing. But yeah, marks of water no longer considered negative effects. They can't be blocked or cleansed by Ode to Serenity or Nebula Serenity and similar skills. Yeah, I don't know if I like that. That is kind of OP. Like, Sebastian's OP, but the problem here is that if they're no longer considered negative effects, there's a double-edged sword to this. Means it's now harder to use those effects to actually dispel Ode to Serenity. So yeah, I don't know if that's a good change. I don't think that's necessary. I feel like that's a bad change, to be honest. I don't think it's necessary. It's kind of like when they first released Yasmin, they quote nerfed Sebastian, so he couldn't cure damage over time effects. Right? So before that, like the way to counter Sebastian's heroes like Maya and heroes like Maya and Heidi and stuff, and you could just do pure damage to rip off Ode to Serenity, and then they quote nerfed Sebastian so he wouldn't block Yasmin's pure damage over time effects, and they ended up making Sebastian a lot stronger. So yeah, this is one of those things, a lot of unintended consequences. Sebastian's the most powerful hero in the game, and this might actually make him stronger, so while making Nebula and Celeste weaker. Yeah, I don't think that's a good change at all. Chains of Frost magic defense reduction will now be twice as effective. Alright. Icy Vengeance damage buff to considerable skill improvements. Level 4, 25% magic attack plus 50 level. New formulas 35% plus 100. So 35%. So that's an extra 10%. So I wouldn't say it's a huge buff, but on that one, that's still decent. She's gonna get new skin. She'll get a penetration skin, actually. Her penetration's terrible, so this will actually be probably the most relevant thing here. Besides this will make Sebastian better, probably. Oh, the next hero might be, and our next hero that might be familiar to some of you. So then they're gonna introduce a new hero who has marks of water. So as they said, my guess it's a mobile import. What do you think Krista's rework? And my guess on which guy is arriving next? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Alright. But yeah, Krista is actually pretty good. So let's go back to the game. But yeah, obviously none of the stuff's implemented yet. This thing said Ascension rank 4, so I wonder if they're going to change it so it's up here somewhere instead of here, or if that's just a typo. We've never seen our Ascension rank 4 before. We have seen typos in those announcements before, though, so I guess we'll see what happens there. But yeah, so applies. So the defense, so the magic defense reduction is different from the Mark of Water. So this is getting a boost. The Mark of Water is no longer going to be removable by Ode to Serenity. Wonder if it's I think that's coming up on the 12th, so it's not implemented yet, but let's see. Guild battles. Do we have an Ishmael team? Yep. Or any of my ones I did earlier? Oh, there's the Twins team right there. Alright, but yeah, no, so one of the things I do with Krista a lot is to use her against like Ishmael teams. Like you'll have like an Ishmael team. Actually, that probably is what you'd use. Let's say you're using Kayla, no, Lyria, not Kayla, not la la la. Let's see, you're probably using Lara. Maybe you're using Fafnir. I don't have Fafnir on this count. Maybe you're using Martha. I don't have Fafnir developed here. And then maybe you're using someone like Sebastian, because you always want to use Sebastian. But yeah, maybe you're using a team like this. Okay, like, and then you can use Krista to tank on teams like that. That's what I usually do. My go-to tank for teams like that has been Krista for a long time. You do Krista. You can do Celeste. And then Sebastian to block a stun here. Line like this, it could be pretty good. And it's gonna freaking lag again. I'm not gonna be able to see the replay either, as I. Alright. Yeah, no, Krista, she has an ice shield that protects against hard hits, so she is pretty tanky just by virtue of how her kit works. Not a big damage dealer on her own, but she could take the punch from Ishmael. Like this was I was saying in my Chaba video, that she's quite of a better, quote, better fair tank than Chaba. They're talking about Chaba being a fair tank because he could, quote, take a punch from heroes like Ishmael and Lara. And I'm like, well, Krista does this better. Though we might see here. Let's go. Oh, not quite. Alright, yes, we got it. We got it here. Yep, Krista survives. Like, straight up tanks Ishmael here. And then we're just gonna finish off Martha. Probably put Celeste into manual here. Can't break a teapot, though. That is one thing she can't do that tanks can do. Oh boy. We might just time out to Martha here. Yep, nah, we might just time out here. It's fine, but the point is, you can use Krista as a tank, like I said. We're using Martha. Normally, you'd probably use Fafnir in a line like that, but... There we go, we got it. So there you go, that's with Krista as the quote tank. But yeah, that's how I've been using Krista for a lot of times. A lot of times you don't need to use her with Lar. She is like the best like anti-Ishmael tank, like rather better than Chaba, I personally think. Like said, so yeah, no, she's gonna be way better. But twins I've already, like said, I mean, I use twins all the time. Like, I really do. Like, and if you've watched my video the other day where I was doing my Celeste Pros, I was using twins there too. But yeah, super interesting to see where this is. But twins were OP. We're probably the best team, like, of all time. Like, Twin Summer of, like, 2020, like, twins were literally everywhere. Everyone used twins. The best of mirror match. Everyone is using the same 5 heroes on both of offense and defense. It was ridiculous. Anyway, if you want to see my Chaba video, though, I did recently, where I used Krista to talk about, like, Krista being, like, a better tank than Chaba, or even Aurora is technically a better tank Chaba, you can find that video down below. As always, thank you for watching.